Welcome back to more Terraria with Brian. Since the last episode, I fought pirates a few times again. Managed to get more gold rings and discount cards, but none of the other drops that I actually wanted. So that was unfortunate. I also went and did the lunar event and fought the Moon Lord again, but I haven't even opened the treasure bag yet. So we can go ahead and start things off with that. Another portal gun and gravity globe and suspicious looking tentacle. And ooh, I think I want this maybe. 100 magic damage, fire a life form, disintegration, rainbow. It's not a very good one right now. I see. I see, and it uses up a lot of mana. Okay, that actually isn't the thing that I thought it was. We could try reforging that. Alright, I tried like 40 times. Demonic seems to be the best one I've managed to get. And so we'll roll with that for a little bit. But we'll try this out possibly in some more tower defense. Another thing I noticed is I have the companion cube. A traveling merchant was selling it, and given that I have so much money, I decided to buy it, so I have a little pet. But I thought that we would check out this new armor, because I haven't tried putting it on yet. And so currently I have 90 base defense, and the Star Wrath does 173. And with this armor, I have 66 base defense, so we lose 24 defense. Star Wrath still does 171, and so that's still pretty good damage. And now, what is this? Set bonus increases your max number of sentries, greatly enhances lightning aura effectiveness. Lightning aura. Interesting. Is lightning aura, is that one of the... explosive trap, flame burst something, ballista rod, lightning aura rod. Here we go. An aura that repeatedly zaps enemies that go inside. So apparently I want to buy the good version of this, and that's going to get boosted by this particular set of whatever. So I guess we'll try wearing this armor, and we'll try doing another round of tower defense and see if we can get more medals to buy the good lightning aura rod. So I guess that sounds like our plan for today. Alright, and so with our increased number of sentries, even before I start the event, I presume I can put down multiple of these. I can get 3 of them at least. Can I get 4 of them? Looks like it. Can I get 5 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like I get 4 at a time for starting things out. Oh, and I just realized my heart and star statues aren't here, so let me go pick them up really quick. Okay, but let's go ahead and start the event. I guess I can use this, and I guess I just got another one of these. Oh, the ones that I had went away. That's interesting. Alright. I am curious to see... I guess I've got some things blocking over there already. I'm curious to see... Oh, wow. That thing actually seems like it does a lot, even before it's kind of focused into like a super laser or whatever. So that could definitely be an interesting weapon to use, the new last prism. Oh, these guys are already dealing damage over here, though. Too busy playing with my new toys to notice that I'm losing the event already. Alright. And yeah, I'll probably need to buff earlier by virtue of the fact that I have less defense. Yeah, I've already actually taken a lot of damage, so let's go ahead and buff so that we get Iron Skin and regen and all those kinds of things. And I did... I seem to be missing a couple of Etherean mana crystals. Are they over by the entrance over here? Yeah, they are. So that I can set down another one of these. Hey! Alright, and let's see. Stardust Dragon's doing work like usual. Let's go ahead and try using this thing to kind of blast these guys over here. Alright, that's good. And Star Wrath still does work as usual. And since I've got my Mana Star thing or whatever, I'll be able to refill the mana on this particular weapon pretty easily. But yeah, overall, I guess if the sentries get, I don't know, disappeared at the beginning of the event when you start the event, because it turns into just the ones that you get from the crystals, Maybe it doesn't make sense to wear the tower defense armor during the tower defense event, because it actually only helps you in real life or something. I'm kind of unclear when you would choose to wear this armor exactly. Mostly because it felt like I needed to... oh gosh. I needed to have defeated the Moon Lord already in order to be able to defeat this tier 3 stuff. In order to get the armor. But now that I have the armor, there's no one left to fight with it or something. This is a problem that I've kind of always had with this game, which is there's always endgame armor that you don't get until the end of the game. And then at that point, there's no one new left to fight. And so I'm not sure why you'd want all of the, you know, final armor and weapons and different things. Which is one of the reasons that I haven't even gotten all of the final armors and weapons and different things. Let's see. But here we are in the next wave, so let's focus on that for a bit. And I'm also just trying to be curious and watch... yeah, Stardust Dragon plus these ballista shooter thingies do a pretty good job of defending against kind of most basic enemies. Oh, gosh, alright, but I really need to stand here in the middle and defend the crystal, I think. It's kind of like a top priority. And then when I want to do some extra damage, I can kind of take out some guys this way, or the other way using the last prism, perhaps. Wave complete. And there's another defender medal, but I keep getting snuck up on by the flying guys. I need to hop over here and quickly retouch these buffs, I expect. And apparently there's still one bad guy here. So yeah, kind of overall thoughts on the tower defense stuff. It could be the case that I still haven't seen all of it, or still kind of missing the point of some of it. But it seems, and some of this is by design, but it seems kind of incredibly separate from the rest of the Terraria game. And my impression thus far is that the various weapons and bonuses that you can get from the tower defense, like, you have to be strong enough in order to beat the tower defense. You have to be strong enough that by the time you can obtain the weapons from the defender medals, or the armor from the defender medals, that it's not really worth it. And so I feel like the tower defense stuff that they added doesn't really influence the rest of the power curve of the game. And I don't know that it's actually a lot of fun. I haven't talked about that at all, really, thus far. But yeah, overall, I feel like the content in this update is underwhelming. I know they're kind of like wanted to kind of play around with these ideas, and I guess in the next Terraria or another world or something, they're planning to have more tower defense-y kind of things. But I'm not sure that I feel that it really plays well with the rest of the content, but a lot of that could be things that could be fixed with balance, potentially. I haven't really thought it through. But yeah, some of it also is the fact that there was a recent extra credits episode talking about accretion in video games, when developers just kind of add more content, and a lot of the new content kind of outclasses the old content. And that's been kind of like the story of how Terraria has grown for a long time. And it's done a good job, but it's to the point to where there's just so much in this game. Like, you can't possibly obtain it all and play with it all, and figure out kind of what's optimal for everything. And so, I don't know. You don't even get a chance to experience it all, and not all of it seems worth it. And especially for players like me, like, I'm kind of prone to getting stuck in a rut. And so I think I'll probably, like, stick with things that I know that work, rather than experiment a whole lot with a number of the new things. I can put at least one more of these down. There we go. Can throw another one of those down somewhere. I have a feeling Betsy's gonna kill me here. I guess let's buff, because my Iron Skin and regen ran out. So that should help. And it's possible that I won't be able to defend the tower, too. So I want to avoid Betsy and try to defend the tower. And see how that goes. And I guess actually, let's try this weapon again, because I think it'll do a lot of damage kind of in a line. And in tower defense, doing damage in a line is pretty good. Oh, the tower is just about down. Darn it. Cut it out, bad guys. Oh, I need to heal? Yikes. It's really going to be close on this one. 75%, 76%. I'm not sure if Betsy actually does damage to the tower. Oh, but these guys do. Go away, Ethereum Wyverns. You're bad. I don't think I'm going to make it. Nah. Yeah, they managed to take it out. Alright. Alright, so we have a set bonus that gives us more sentries, but I can't actually use that set bonus during the Tower of Defense that gives me the thing that gives me more sentries. So I guess you're just supposed to use that during normal, you know, playing outside of the Tower Defense event in Terraria. So we got more Defender medals, so let's go talk to the Tavern Keep and buy the Lightning Aura thing and try to get a sense of how good it is. Oh, except for my other Defender medals are still over in the Forge, so let me go grab them. So yeah, overall, I still enjoyed playing through this update just because I enjoyed playing through Terraria. But overall, I was kind of underwhelmed by the update. I was glad to have another excuse to play through again and get reminded of how difficult Expert can be. Lightning Aura Staff, 199 summon damage. Alright, so that is the thing I want to buy. And we'll go ahead and trade it out for the Ballista Staff for the moment, which does a whole lot more damage. But apparently this thing greatly enhances the effectiveness. So does that mean how much damage it does? So right now it's doing 199. If I break the set bonus, by taking this off, it's 179, but the helmet might be doing, yeah, 20% melee and minion damage. So the helmet was doing the more damage there. So it probably like fires faster or something. So let's go find some bad guys to try this thing out on. So maybe I can just hang out over here in the desert and get some guys to appear. If I throw this thing down. Where did it end up? Right, this is the one that works like that. Let me also turn off the Stardust Dragon, because the Stardust Dragon is going to kill everything before it gets here. And let me get... Here's a good spot. Let's try setting one of these things down here. Tink, 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 tink. Does it do it in a circle? Is this guy just kind of trapped outside the circle? He flies in. That doesn't seem like it's doing much damage. Let's watch this Demon Eye. Yeah, that seems pretty underwhelming. I mean, it's kind of damage over time, which is not bad. I wonder, you can have these overlapping. I'm curious to know, like, if a monster gets, like, inside the center area, if he'll be hit by all three at the same time. So let me see if I can get a monster to do that. Maybe it'll be easier to see over here. So let me just try to set up 4 of these pretty close together. And then let's try to get an enemy to come through it. Come on, guys. I'm down here. It does get hit by all of them. And so this does give you something that you could do a lot of damage pretty quickly with. If you get an enemy to get into kind of range of all these, it goes like ticka, 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 ticka. This guy will work. Although he doesn't have a lot of hit points, so he might die before he really gets in the center. Here's an idea. Let's try fighting pirates. And so I'll put these 4 things here in the center. I think I only get 4 of them, right? Yeah. So I will spread them out kind of like that. Actually, that didn't go the way I wanted. There we go. I will spread them out like that. And then we'll summon some pirates. And I'm just curious, without a Stardust Dragon, without anything else, how that works against the pirates. It's going to take the pirates a moment to get here, and so once they get here, we'll watch and kind of see what happens. Alright, the pirates have arrived. Let's see what it's like when these guys walk into these things. Yeah, I guess this is somewhat effective. Alright, I'm still going to have to kill the parrots, because they're going to be flying over top. Actually, if I stand inside here, I guess the parrots kind of walk into. That's interesting. So basically, it's kind of like a passive damage arena. Oh gosh, I'm taking a whole lot of damage, though. Because I'm not doing any work trying to dodge anything. Alright. Alright, we can hear everybody dying and seeing that those things are still killing guys off. I forgot to mention, by the way, you may have already noticed it in my inventory, but there was also a blood moon, and I finally got a money trough. It only took the entire game, but now that we're done, I finally got the money trough. Yeah. I think I want to try... do I want to try fighting the Moon Lord with this stuff? It could be interesting if these things are, like, set up in... Okay, and these things do run out after a certain amount of time, like they evaporate. So I have to be wary of that as well. I could try setting those things up so that they'd be hitting the Moon Lord in different spots. And try fighting the Moon Lord with it. Although I imagine with the lesser defense, probably die to the Moon Lord. I'm not sure. I'm gonna die to the pirates, actually. I mean, I guess I can buff again. That's still only gonna get my defense up to 76. Well, let me try to dodge a little bit more and see if I can stay alive during the pirate invasion. Yeah, honestly, it feels like my Stardust Dragon does more than all of the sentry turrets put together. In terms of both protecting me and killing guys and different things. And so I guess what it comes down to is... Even in an invasion event, there's enough bad guys who can kind of, like, move and... Oh, I got a 50th pirate captain. I actually want to get that banner out. Assuming it's in my inventory, which it probably isn't because my inventory is full. Yeah, basically, there aren't enough places where just kind of, like, static damage in a single area on the battlefield is very good. Like, most of this game and the enemies are about kind of, like, movement. And yeah, so I just don't feel like tower defense stuff, regardless of how much damage it puts out, is particularly effective for much in this game. I don't know. I have overall negative opinion of this. I'm not sure if there's things that I haven't discovered about how the mechanics work, or if there's just strategies I haven't come up with. But basically, yeah, I don't feel like adding this to the game really added much of anything. So that's my opinion. I'll go ahead and finish out the pirate invasion here. We'll see if we get any of the drops that we want, and then decide if we want to do anything to finish things off. I got another gold ring. Another thing, I don't remember if I pointed this out, the Frost Hydra is apparently a sentry, because if I do a Lightning Staff, my Frost Hydra goes away, and if I do the Frost Hydra, the Lightning Staff goes away. So apparently you have just kind of a maximum of one sentry by default when you're just kind of wearing normal armor. But I think maybe to finish things off, let's just try fighting the Moon Lord once again. I'm just going to go with my usual build. I'm going to need this thing on the bar. Because I need that to finish him off in the final phase. And I guess let's go ahead and put this thing up top and hope that that will hit his kind of like top eyeball when he appears. But I'm just going to use the Vortex Speeder and the Chlorophyte Bullets. I have the Ranger emblem on, and I have a nice long Stardust Dragon going over here, and so hopefully we'll be able to do our usual kind of damage and be able to use the Nurse to kind of cheese it. And just because I'm not sure how long this thing stays out, we'll go ahead and refresh it just before he gets here. And I keep forgetting, every time I summon him, I keep forgetting to look at the time and see if it's 30 seconds exactly, or exactly how long it takes for him to arrive. Alright, but let's get ready to rumble. There's Moon Lord, okay. And so I'm going to try to watch at the top once his eye opens up. And see if I can see it actually taking damage from the sentry. I guess the Stardust Dragon's there too right now, so it's going to be hard to see, actually. Hadn't thought about that. So I don't even know that I'll be able to discern, just based on the other damage output that's available, if and how effective the little lightning aura thing actually is up there. Alright. But it is what it is. I think at this point, Terraria, it's also, it's pretty, well done in terms of an accretion game or whatever, but it's also really long at this point, especially in expert mode. And so I think I've just gotten to the point to where I'm done. I had my fun. But at this point, I'm ready to move on. And so I think we'll go ahead and say that this is going to be the last episode. Feel free to point out in the comments if there's exciting things and builds that you think I haven't tried, and I might come back in this world at some point in the future. But for now, I think I'm happy to say that, I played with the new content. I was kind of underwhelmed with it, but it was fun to play through anyway, especially after I've been doing some speed running. And I may... Oh gosh, where's my mouse cursor? There it is. I may do some more speed running in the future, which could be fun. But yeah, as for just kind of normal Terraria playthrough, heal. Oops, I got the wrong button. There we go. Alright, can I defeat the Moon Lord before he defeats me? I think so. It's gonna be close. Yes, just barely. But I think that's probably where we'll call it. We'll open up this treasure bag and see what we got. And the answer is... Furious Lunar Portal Staff. It's summon damage. Summons a lunar portal to shoot lasers at your enemies. I think perhaps I have had this once before. Or maybe saw it in someone else's playthrough. Let's quickly go check that thing out just to see what it is. I know a way to get more enemies to appear. We'll summon pirates again. And yeah, right near the center, I will set out the portal staff. There we go. Okay, so it shoots a laser. I can see it working against the angry Nimbus. And so it seems like the laser will kind of like swipe through enemies, and so if there's a bunch of enemies in one spot, it'll kind of like hit them all at once. So I imagine that that would be pretty strong. And this one was plus 14% damage, and so it's going to be doing a fair amount of damage. Let's see how it works against the pirates here. Yeah. Still, the amount of damage that it does is still rather small. It's a nice kind of sentry-style minion, once again. But yeah, sentries just don't hit fast enough or deal enough damage, it seems like, to compare with things like the Stardust Dragon or the Star Cells. In terms of passive damage, it feels like. Alright, so I just wanted to check that out. Like most Terraria things, this series ends not with a bang, but a whimper. But that's it. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you wherever I see you in the future. Bye-bye!